Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's free webinar. The topic is the importance of BRCGS certification in maintaining product quality and safety. Webinar hosted by REI Sistem Indonesia Group in collaborating with BRCGS. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Diva, one of the support team from REI Sistem Indonesia Group, and today I'm delighted to be your host for this special session. It is truly wonderful to see so many of you here with us, even though we meet virtually. And also thank you for making the time to join with us from different countries and time zone. And for today, we are excited to learn about the BRCGS certificate standard and the benefit it brings to food safety around the world. And before we begin, let's capture this great moment together. So I kindly invite all the participants to turn on your cameras so we can take a group photo on Zoom. Okay, I'll wait until the participant turn the camera. Okay, I think the thumbs one it's good for this pose. So please give the thumbs ups.
Thumbs
Okay.
up for the BRCGS.
For this BRCGS webinar, collaborating with REI System. Okay, it seems like you guys are ready, so I will count down on my three. And one, two, and three. Okay, hold on. One, two, and three for page two. And for page three, one, two, and three. And for page four, one, two, and three. And for page five, one, two, and three. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, and then for the next agenda, Sarah, can you please share the screen? Okay, and there's our agenda today. First of all, it will be opening speech from our management from REI Sistem Indonesia Group, and the next is presentation from the RCGS approved training partner from REI Sistem Indonesia Group, and presentation from the RCGS. Also, we had agenda for interactive Q&A and quiz, and at the end we get the closing. Okay, before we next to the next agenda, I also remind to everyone to take a moment to fill the attendance from that we share on the Zoom chat. And for note that the webinar presentation material will be shared at the end of the session. So we encourage all participants to stay until the closing. Okay, to officially open our session, we would like to invite the representative of REI Sistem Indonesia Group, Mr. Edi Syaputra Eskoto, to deliver his welcome remarks. To Mr. Edi, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, for everyone, special for Miss Kathy and Mr. Kumar. Thank you for your time. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Yeah, to everyone joining us from the different part of the world. Yeah, and cross country maybe this day. Yeah, it's a great pleasure to welcome all of you today in webinar. This is very special webinar, all of you, because this is very important of the BRCGS certification. Yeah, in maintaining product quality and safety. Yeah, this is very special event organized in collaboration between REI Sistem Indonesia Group and also, of course, with BRCGS as the one of the number one of the certification system in the world. So I am Eddie on behalf of REI Sistem Indonesia Group. I would like to express our sincere appreciation to BRCGS for partnering with us in making this webinar possible. Today we will explore about BRCGS fundamental requirement, preparation for implementation, BRC standard, tips and tricks for success, BRCGS certification, and of course about the socialization of BRCGS. And we hope this time and this moment can make improvement and good system for you, and also, of course, to improve your business through the BRCGS certification. Once again, thank you for taking the time to hear with us today. Let us make this webinar an inspiring and productive experience for everyone. And of course, we hope success for all of you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eddie, for the warm welcome. Okay, before
Yes.
we begin, allow me to introduce someone very special who will be leading our discussion today, but as our speaker and our moderator. And this is our main speaker. There are Mr. Virender Kumar as a senior strategic account executive from BRCGS with a strong background in certification industry. He brings deep regional insight and a passion for building lasting relationship with partner and stakeholder. And then we also have Mrs. Katie Green as a strategic account manager for the UK and Europe from the RCGS. She has 15 years of experience in food industry and held various technical and quality roles. And for the moderator and another speaker, we have Mr. Devri Herianka as approved training partner BRCGS Food Safety Packaging material from also for BRCGS Food Safety from REI Sistem Indonesia Group. Okay. Uh, for the next agenda is presentation about the BRCGS requirement overview from approved training partner from Mr. Devri Haryanka and also BRCGS standard from BRCGS team. Now, without further ado, let's officially begin the program. So please welcome our moderator, Mr. Devri, to lead the session.
Okay, thank you, Diva. Yeah, hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, thank you for joining us for the free webinar today. It is a pleasure to be here today, and in this section, I will provide you with an overview of why BRCG certification is important and the benefit of the certification, and also the role of BRCG as approved training partner in supporting companies with the training and development. And I will also talk about the fundamental requirement. As we know, BRCGS is a globally recognized set of the standard designed to ensure product safety, quality, and integrity. It was originally established by a retailer in the United Kingdom, UK, but today this supply is more than 130 countries across the world. BRCGS also covers a wide range area, including the food safety, packaging, storage and distribution, consumer product, and even ethical trade and responsible sourcing. Why BRC certification is required? For the first is the BRC certification standard was developed to establish common standard for food safety and the product quality management. And also this allows brand owner to demonstrate the control and with legal responsibility for the product and customer safety, as well as reducing audit duplication for manufacturer. And the third is a benchmark for the best practice and recognized worldwide by brand owners and manufacturer in the supply chain. So the main purpose of the BRCGS is to protect the consumer while helping business demonstrate compliance with both regulatory and customer requirement. And by implementing BRCGS, company show that they are committed to producing safe, high quality, legally compliant products, this create trust and confidence among consumer, retailer, and also regulatory. And now let me explain about the BRCGS approved training partner or ATP. Yeah. So an ATP, a BRCGS approved training partner, is either an individual training or the training organization like REI Sistem Indonesia Group that has been officially recognized and licensed by BRCGS to deliver its training course. Why you have to choose BRCGS approved training partner as the partner for the training and development? First, it's always up to date. ATP regularly attend BRCGS conference and webinar, ensuring they have get started and get success. And also ATP go through a rigorous application process and the train of the trainer program to ensure the high level competency and ongoing support. We provide continuous guidance and the training from the preparation to maintaining the certification. And the important thing that this all the training content and also the certificates comes directly from the BRCGS team. Yeah, so it can be traceable to the BRCGS. And for the real added value with an ATP support, your company is better prepared for audit and consistently maintain the certification. So I think in the summary, BRCGS ATP are not just a trainer, they are trusted partner of BRCGS who ensure that the company and professional around the world receive the same high quality training and also the official recognition. Okay, for the next, BRCGS standard training by PT REI Sistem Indonesia. I would like to share that you the range of BRCGS standard training program that we can deliver as an approved training partner. This training course from the environmental monitoring until the vulnerability assessment for food fraud. Yeah, this the support for company in building competence, preparing and for certification, and also ensuring the continuous compliance with the BRCGS standard. As you can see, this program covers a wide spectrum of the BRCGS requirement from food safety, packaging, to risk management and auditing skill. So I think by attending this course to us as an approved training partner, you can gain official BRCGS recognized training that help build stronger system, prepare effectively for the certification, and also maintain compliance with confidence. Yeah. And if we talk the requirement, for example, in the BRCGS packaging material ISO 7, there is the fundamental requirement. As you can see that the fundamental requirement is one of the most important aspect of the BRCGS certification. Why are these called fundamental? I think because of the failure to comply with any of these clauses is automatically classified as the major non-conformity. This means that during your initial audit, if you fail a fundamental requirement, you will not receive certification. And in subsequent audit, if you failure, may even lead to the withdrawal of your existing certificate. Now, how does this connect with this training? So the training is not just fulfilling a requirement on paper, it's about ensuring that every employee from operator to manager understand the role, follow the correct procedure, demonstrate competency. Without proper training, organization face much higher risk, non-conformity, including the non-conformity of the fundamental requirement. So I think there's a training, therefore becomes a preventive control to avoid major failure. It ensures that the company maintain compliance with the fundamental requirement and secure a good grade during the BRCGS audit. Speaking of the grade, as we know that BRCGS certification is awarded with a score such as AA, A, B, C, or D, or maybe Katie and Kumar will explain later for the grading the BRCGS. But my message is very clear. The training is not optional. It is essential. It is the key to complying with the fundamental requirement for the first and preventing major non-conformity and also achieving the best possible grade in your BRCGS certification audit. So, and this for example, and for the BRCGS packaging material ISO 7 and also the BRCGS food safety issue 9 and other BRCGS scheme is also the same. There are a fundamental requirement, and one of the fundamental requirement is the training. So it is important to conduct training for BRCGS scheme by using an ATP, our BRCGS approved training partner. And the last, before I close my session, and here's the example for BRCGS grading criteria. Maybe Katie and Kumar will explain later. And before I close my session, I would like to highlight an upcoming opportunity for all of you guys. So our nearest training program will be BRCGS Global Training, for example, in HACCP, yeah, for October this month, and other training is internal audit, yeah, and then also the training for the global standard for food safety issue 9 for auditor training in December, and next year will be training for the global standard for packaging material issue 7 for the auditor training. If you are interested, registration is very simple. You can scan the QR code right now and also contact him directly, and also you can check the BRCGS Educate, yeah, for the training, for this training. Okay, that's for my session. For the next session will be explained by Katie and also Kumar. Yeah, we will learn explanation from the BRCGS representative, Katie Green and Kumar. So please welcome Kumar and Katie Green. Yeah, give them applause. So the screen is yours, Kumar or Katie Green.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeffrey,
Yeah.
for the welcome. Extremely insightful. Thank you for sharing all that information, and I'd like to thank you for organizing this webinar for all our colleagues from the industry, different parts of the world. I think we are about 135 in the room, so that's really exciting, really good number. So thank you everyone for taking the time to join us for this webinar. As Jeffrey explained, the whole idea about this webinar is to share the importance of BRCGS certification. So we'll try and explain you a little bit on BRCGS journey, why BRCGS certification is important, what are the key benefits, and how we come in picture as regional representatives. So just a quick intro from me. I have been part of BRCGS for about 7 years now. And in overall certification industry, I've spent 12 plus years in different roles in sales and business development. Here I represent BRCGS for Asia Pacific region. I'm based in New Delhi and work with clients. I've worked with clients globally, all the brands, but now that I'm focused for Asia Pac, my key role and my key purpose is to increase BRCGS presence and the certificated sites in this region, and help organizations who wants to go for the certification throughout the journey, whether they have any technical questions, whether they need any support. For example, working with the approved trainers such as Jeffrey here, and maybe they need any other help from us. So that's what we are here for. I would like to thank Katie Green, my colleague from London, who has joined us today, and I would give her the floor to introduce herself briefly. So, Katie, over to you.
Thanks, Rinda. So, hi everyone. I'm Katie Green. I work for BRCGS. So I've worked here for just over 4 years now. Recently joined the commercial team to sit alongside Verinda and the team here. I've been working in the industry, like the team said, for about 15 years. So coming from manufacturing and then a retailer, Waitrose in the UK. So yeah, happy to be here and obviously present the information that we're going to share with you today. I'll pass back to Verinda.
Thanks, Katie. It's really great to have you here. You have experience from a technical background as well, and now you're in commercial team. So it's a both win-win for us, all of us, in fact, in the room. Technical mail them and they come back to us, or an email away, and we can just straight away be with you. So I'll try and share my slides. So just bear with me, and just please let me know when you see my screen.
We can see it.
Yeah, I hope it's full. Sorry about the pop-up that I'm getting every now and then. So yeah, overview about BRCGS. This is a general statement of intent. All the information that will be shared through these slides, they are for this training purposes. Any numbers that will show here, they are approximate as they keep on changing. So just refer to them as accordingly. And this is just for training purpose and for to be used as they are presented. Little history on the background of BRCGS. We started our journey back in 1996 when we were set up as BRC Global Standards under British Retail Consortium. So about 30 years, close to 30 years now. And in 1998, we published our first food standard, BRCGS Food Safety Standard. And just 2 years after, it was recognized by GFSI, one of the first standard to be recognized as GFSI benchmark standard. So after that, we launched a series of standards throughout the years, including the second most popular standard, BRCGS packaging and packaging materials, consumer products, storage and distribution, agents and brokers. Then we launched our e-learning modules as well, which are available not only for BRCGS auditors, but for employees from the organizations as well. And then we opened our offices across USA and India back in 2016. And just after the opening in 2017, I joined our India office in New Delhi with some of my colleagues from this part of the world. Then followed by the food safety culture assessment module, again, a very useful and very effective tool that we are using for culture assessment at sites. Many companies are using it. We will cover about this briefly later on the slides. Then we launched a START standard back in 2018 and acquired Allergen Control Group for gluten-free certification. Just in 2019, we rebranded and launched it as BRCGS gluten-free certification. It is widely being used globally, and most of the international celiac associations from US, from Canada, from Europe, they recognize BRCGS gluten-free certification against their requirements. So if you get certified to BRCGS gluten-free, you can use their logo on your brand. So that's how it is. Then we launched our virtual training courses back in 2020 during when the COVID hit all of us. And since then, we've been delivering virtual trainings a lot. I think, if not many, about 80% of the courses by Academy, by our ATPs, such as Jeffrey, they're being delivered virtually. We have launched ethical trade and responsible sourcing standard as well, 2019, and we have a tool called Horizon to access data around BRCGS, the history, the trends on the non-conformances and comparison of your site against the industry. So that's a very useful tool. And we've launched a plant-based standard as well in 2020. Just very recently, you will hear about BRCGS directory upgrade and enhancement tool coming your way. This will be very useful for big brands in the market, retailers, and even the organizations to share their certificates and their audit reports via the directory itself. So it's a one-stop shop, one platform to manage all the suppliers of the brands because until now, what has happened is that if you have a client, you might have to send an email to them, or they'll send you an email asking for your certificate or audit report, and then you email them back and forth. It takes time. If a brand has got 100 or 100 plus suppliers, it's a complete task for days to collect all those certificates. So through our new directory tool, they will be able to manage it on the directory itself, notify, set up reminders of if any site is getting certified or due, all that bit. So very exciting times for all of us. Just a few facts. We have 10 core schemes. We are globally present in the key countries, 7 locations. And we've got about 80 delivery partners, 80 plus now, and 2,500 plus auditors globally working with BRCGS. More than 35,000 certificated sites. They are operating in 130 plus countries. So all these facts and figures are there. We are one of the highest, certification schemes in the market, more trusted, more rigorous, and trusted by brands. So all these facts and figures are available with you to refer to. We've got 3 key areas which we have in terms of business. So certification programs is one of them, which I've already talked about. We've got performance and enhancement, where we have training courses. We run some industry events and conferences across Europe, Americas. You might have heard about. It used to be known as Food Safety Europe, Food Safety Americas, but now BRCGS Connect. So they happen regionally, and a lot of industry professionals join us from throughout the world. And the culture assessment tool, which I explained, to assess the culture in your organization. The third is the digital, where we have a risk assessment tool in terms of your social responsibility with our ETRS standard. So that is available, and our Horizon tool, which I just explained. Some of the brands that we are working with. So all these major brands we work on various capacity with. They specify BRCGS standard, many of them, and they expect BRCGS certification from their suppliers across the world. And we work with them on various capacities. For example, with McDonald's, I'm working globally on a cultural assessment program for their suppliers and their warehouses, so supply chain. And then we've worked with McCormick, all these big brands in the past, all these retailers, and continue to do so. Now, a bit on why BRCGS. So we are credible, like I mentioned. 70% of the top global retailers, they accept or specify BRCGS. So if any of you is exporting to Europe, UK, or anywhere in the world, or maybe in future, you will come to know that brands expect you to have a BRCGS certification in place. Many GFSI, but then in GFSI, BRCGS comes as one of the first standard to be recognized. 50% of the top global manufacturers, they accept again BRCGS and specify. 60% of the top global quick service restaurants, so they also accept or specify BRCGS. So we are in demand in the market. We are growing. I'll share some numbers with you as well down in the slides, how much a promising market this Asia Pacific region is for us, and especially a few countries, including Asia. What do these sites get once they get certified? So they get a package full of a lot of tools called a service package. Once the sites get certified to one of our core schemes, GFSI schemes, so they get to access all our guidance documents for free, which are available for paid, by the way, for any other sites through BRCGS Participate. So documents like interpretation guide to the standard, guide to the key changes. All these standards, all these documents are available for free to sites to access. All they need to do is go to our Participate website, log in or register, and start accessing these documents. So very useful there. And then we have got a new ethical appraisal tool, which is for risk assessment at a site in terms of their social compliance with regulation, emerging regulatory. So that tool is free to use for the certified sites to see where do they stand in terms of social responsibility, in terms of CSR. And we've got BRCGS Horizon, which I talked about. Horizon is a tool to access insight via various dashboards on non-conformances, patterns, and the site audit performance. So that's available for sites to access absolutely free. And then we have got BRCGS Professional tool, a very useful tool for individuals to be recognized directly from BRCGS, recognized and even celebrated. If you follow BRCGS on LinkedIn, you might have seen many people being celebrated as BRCGS professional. So if you are an employee working with the BRCGS certified site and you have attended a certain number of trainings, again, those will be shown in the later slides. If you've attended all these courses, you have valid certificate, BRCGS certificates. All you need to do is send an email to our professional team, apply for the BRCGS professional program, and you will get BRCGS professional badge and certificate, which can be used as a tool for you to market yourself, use it on LinkedIn, social media, and BRCGS celebrates your achievement through social media. We put your profile on our brcgs.com website as a BRCGS professional. So if anyone is looking for an experienced person on BRCGS, all they need to do is go to our website, go to the BRCGS professional directory, just search for the people country-wise, and there you are. Your profile, your details, your experience, and everything. Your brief profile is there. So that's how valued this tool is. And then we've got food safety culture assessment taster version, a smaller version, again free to use for sites to see how the culture assessment is done and what are the benefits. Of course, this one is with limited number of participants. If you want to do the assessment with larger number of people, all your employees, you can subscribe to our standard module as well by paying an annual fee. So that's a FSE standard module. So once you get certified, you have B2B license to use BRCGS logo on your marketing material, on your events, catalogs, business cards, everywhere. And you will be listed, a certified site is listed on BRCGS directory as a certificated site with the information on grading, till when the certificate, from when till when the certificate is valid, when the audit happened, all that information is available on the directory. So again, a good visibility to certified sites. We share, and all these brands and retailers, so many of them, if they want to buy some products from, let's say, Indonesia only, they're looking for some suppliers. They don't have to go in the market and just check. They go on BRCGS directory, search for companies certified to BRCGS particular standard, maybe food, and then filter it by country, filter it by product category. So for example, if they want to buy maybe fruits and vegetables, or ready to eat meat or something, so they can filter it by the product category, and there the companies are listed. So they contact you directly, being a BRCGS certified site. Some of the numbers I wanted to share around the BRCGS certified sites in this region. So some of these countries has the highest number of certified sites, starting with China, more than 5,500 sites, followed by India, Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia is again one of the growing markets, including other countries, Vietnam, Thailand, even Philippines as well. So we are growing at an average of about 8 to 10%. This is the highest globally that any region is growing. So APAC is a promising market for BRCGS globally, and companies are going to get certified, means companies will get opportunities for exports. So this will, to have opportunity for exports, it's a very imperative step that you have robust systems in place. That is BRCGS. So you have a food safety system in place, such as BRCGS. You get recognized, and then you talk to these brands, and they can work with you. Otherwise, what happens is many of the clients come to us asking for BRCGS certification when their buyer has come to them asking for certificate. But that is a little late to the party because it takes time. It's not something that can be done overnight. You need to properly implement the standard. So what I suggest is get the certification done beforehand and use it as a marketing tool to talk to these brands and specifiers who have your, to work, to have business with them. That's the right approach, instead of, because it takes about, in some of the cases, it takes about 6 months. In some of them, maybe a year or so, because there are requirements related to infrastructure as well, which takes time to change, not only just the documentation bit. So promising numbers for you here. And in terms of economic value, we've done some surveys from our marketing team, and it has been seen that most of our clients certified site, they get benefits in terms of domestic and export growth of the business. They get a greater profitability. How do you get greater profitability? Simply because you have less number of recalls, you have lesser number of audits, maybe customer audits, if you're getting certified to GFSI benchmark BRCGS scheme. So maybe not every suppliers need to audit you against their requirements. Maybe their requirements are already covered in our BRCGS standard. So lesser number of customer audits, so that gives you monetary benefit, basically, facing all these audits, and even in terms of performance. So, and there is a sales growth, there is an increase in profitability, there is an operational efficiency as well, and improvements in productivity. So there are benefits, tangible and intangible benefits, if you see from the right angle, this certification. Some of the more numbers that you see. So a good number of companies have seen benefits. Customer service delivering values, again, this was again one of the surveys that we did. So about 79% of agree that BRCGS supported its customer, and it's visible. I'm not sure if any other scheme owner, maybe with Eddie here or Jeffrey, has come to such platform, or maybe talking to you regionally, on these certification benefits and supporting you with the technical questions. We are readily available to help with questions, to help with your questions. And, like Eddie here, they run a lot of training courses locally as well, and we are happy to support as well. Even if you're an aspiring business, you want to begin the certification journey, we can support you in terms of the information that is available. We have hundreds and hundreds of webinars that we have delivered over the past. Many of them are already recorded. They are lying on our website and our links on our YouTube as well. So if you need to acquire information, maybe you don't need to pay too much amount to third parties, preparing you for the audit. If you have a sufficient team, the information is already available. A lot of information is freely available, and the certified courses as well, which you can get certified to. But yeah, you can prepare yourself as well and prepare for the audit. So that all these benefits you get with BRCGS. You get greater value, you get BRCGS. BRCGS are rigorous. Everyone knows BRCGS are rigorous. We are straightforward, but I think that's the reason we are more trusted by brands, because it's not easy to get BRCGS certification. I mean, it's not easy to play around with the certification requirements compared to some of the certifications that you can get. So hence the brands trust us. Hence you are trusted once you get certified. The route to certification step-by-step guide, I would like to invite and request my colleague Katie to maybe take us through a little bit of journey on the route to certification. Katie, over to you.
Thanks, Virender. Hello, everyone. So I hope everyone's well. I'll be presenting the route to certification and beyond. So this is the first slide. So the slide outlines a step-by-step process and journey to achieve BRCGS certification. So first of all, a site would need to visit our BRCGS website for help and guidance to ensure they're accessing the right standard. So then they should download the relevant standard, depending on their business, from our BRCGS store. So there's a free copy PDF version on there, available for the sites to just download. And you can also purchase a printed or a PDF version, which they can copy from as well. Next, the site can connect with our pre-sales support team just to help clarify any initial questions that they may have. And then they can look at our training to embed their knowledge. So whether it's e-learning, virtual or in-house, that's just to ensure a solid understanding of the scope and the requirements. Next, the site can access their readiness by completing a self-assessment checklist, which again is free of charge from our website. So this is basically a gap analysis so that sites can see where they sit and how close they are to certification. And then the site should engage with a certification body like PT REI Sistem Indonesia Group, who are listed on our directory. And sites can filter by country and standard on there to bring up the most appropriate CB for them in their region. And then the site can book an audit through their chosen certification body to verify their compliance. So this structured approach just helps organizations navigate certification effectively and efficiently with confidence. And then after gaining certification, as my colleague Virendra has already mentioned, sites have access to all the service package and all of the tools which are on there. So yeah, next slide. So like I said, after gaining certification, as Virendra's already mentioned, sites have access to the service package and all the tools. So the key benefits after certification with the BRCGS scheme is that essentially it gives you access to the BRCGS professional program. So that's a learning and development program designed to produce qualified and empowered leaders who can propel your organization forward. So I can discuss this in more detail later on in another slide. It also lists the, sorry, Brenda. It also lists the company on the BRCGS directory, which increases visibility to specifiers like brands and retailers, acts as a valuable marketing tool, as Virendra's already discussed. As a site, you also receive 2 licenses to the BRCGS Participate platform. So that's an online library full of technical content, guidelines, and supporting materials for you to use free of charge. And then additionally, the sites will also receive the free access to the benchmarking from our Horizon platform, which obviously just helps you measure and improve your business against your peers in the region that you're in, and also against the rest of the world as well. So it's a really useful tool for businesses looking to see how they sit among their peers, essentially. You also have access to the Food Safety Cultural Excellence basic tool that offers like early insights into behavioral performance, supporting continuous improvement. So that's food safety culture, obviously really useful, obviously in this day and age where it's a legal requirement as well. And then using the BRCGS brand enhances your credibility and marketing appeal. So it's recognized obviously like 70% of the top global brands, which is what Virendra's already mentioned. And then sites also gain access to our technical helpline as well and expert support through the audit cycle. So just ensuring continuous improvement, greater customer assurance for post-certification. Next slide. Thanks, Virendra. So the benefits of certification also ensures that there's a good knowledge and approval across the supply chain. So BRCGS ensures that organizations that are certificated to standards build robust systems. So that includes the policies, procedures, the management commitment, resources, internal verification. You've got corrective actions as well, and recall and incident management. So when things go wrong, essentially the systems in place and reasons behind it, you can identify through the root cause, and then also the process and calibration. BRCGS also ensures that organizations are certificated to the standards have product safety risk assessments in place. That's either HACCP or HARA, depending on what type of products your site produces. So in the case of food, for example, you'll have a HACCP system in place, so hazard risk analysis, and critical control points, and it essentially ensures that you have the right knowledge for when the materials come onto the site, what risks are associated with each of those materials, and just mitigate any of those risks identified with those materials. So just ensuring that the control is in place to produce safe product. And then BRCGS also ensures organizations have certified good manufacturing practices in place. So just making sure that the standards are being maintained to include building fabric, cleaning and housekeeping, maintenance, utilities, foreign materials, to minimize contamination risk, for example, checks on incoming goods, storage of finished goods, and last but not least, training of all the staff members on site. Next slide, please. Thanks, Verinda. So what are the audit options available for the sites that want BRCGS certification? So there are three main options here, and these three are split into announced, blended unannounced, and unannounced. The first is announced. So this is a full announced audit. So therefore the date of the audit is already known by the site well in advance. So this audit is of the documentation and facility review on site. However, it must be noted that there is always a one in three mandatory unannounced audit as per the GFSI benchmarking requirements. The second is the blended announced audit. So this is a two-part audit. The document review is by using remote technology, and the on-site audit is for the review of the records, facilities, and where the traceability exercise is performed. So this is done sometime after the document review, and is to be completed within 28 days of that. So the option is only available to sites that are already certificated. It can't be done unannounced due to the need to set up a remote audit. And those sites that sign up to the audit option obviously must comply with the 1 in 3 unannounced audit rule as per the above. The aim of that option is just to improve audit quality, maximize the effectiveness of the on-site audit time, and this approach has potential to provide a cost-effective process through sharing and reviewing information ahead of the on-site audit. The time spent on the audit, which will be remote in parts, continues to be part of the overall audit duration for the site, and there will be the same auditor which will form both of the elements of that audit. The third and final option is the unannounced audit process. So this is voluntary for a site. They can opt in to choose this, and it's in line with the GFSI requirements for the 1 in 3. And it just provides greater confidence and a strong product safety culture, so that you're audit ready every day, essentially, because you don't know when that audit is going to happen. So this audit is available to all sites, even those that are in the initial audit phase. So if it's their first one, for example, and the site will need to be aware that the audit may not take place for up to a year. There's an option that has a 4-month window in place so that they know kind of when it's going to be taking place in that 4-month window as well. Next, Brenda. Thank you. So non-conformities. So the function of this audit is just to confirm compliance with the requirements of the standard. So where there are issues identified, non-conformities obviously can be raised. All these requirements are detailed in part 3 of our standard, and there are 3 types of non-conformities as listed here. So you've got critical, where there is a critical failure to comply with a product safety or level issue. The major is where there's a substantial failure to meet the requirements of the statement of intent, the bold statement at the top of each of the requirement, that is, or any cause of the standard based on available objective evidence that raised significant doubt of the conformity of the product being supplied. And then there's the minor one, so often the most numerous level, so where a clause has not been fully met, but on the basis of the objective evidence and the conformity of the product is not in doubt. So all these findings will be presented at the closing meeting by the auditor, and there will be a point to discuss. So, however, during the audit, the auditor will point out any issues so that the closing meeting, there shouldn't be any surprises, essentially. After the closing meeting, the clock starts ticking for the site. So the sites will need to review and undertake the immediate corrective actions, a root cause analysis to determine why it's happened using a tool such as the 5 whys. And the aim is to just get behind the reason of the non-conformity and why it's happened in the first place. And then have a preventive action plan to just correct the issue and to ensure it doesn't continue there or anywhere else on site. So the site then submits the corrective action, the root cause analysis, and the preventative action plan to the auditor via the certification body with the evidence to show that the audit the actions have been taken place. So this evidence is reviewed by the CB. And for major non-conformities, a follow-up visit may be required. All of this will be assessed by the CB in their decision-making process to award the site with a certificate or not. Okay, next slide, please. Thank you. So as previously mentioned, there are strict timescales in addressing the non-conformities. So when the audit ends, like I said before, the clock will start ticking. So the site will have 28 days to address the issues and present evidence of corrective actions. It's not possible to go beyond that 28 days. So many CBs actually just give the site 21 days to respond, so that there's like a 7 days of back and forth evidence exchange if it's not sufficient, essentially. In the end, it's the CB who decides, who makes that decision on whether certification can be placed or not. And this is made within the 42 days. Then a report will be issued. There's also an appeals process, which is available for those sites that aren't happy with the outcome. And this should be reported directly to the CB in the first instance. The ongoing audit frequency is 6 to 12 months, depending on the grade achieved. Next slide, Brenda. Okay, so now we're going to go into the BRCGS Academy. So this slide is just highlights the comprehensive training program offered by our academy. So it's a global training hub which offers in-house public training, virtual and e-learning courses via the Educate platform. Its mission is basically to build a culture of safety, quality, and continuous improvement. And its reach is over 15,000 learners, 380 plus ATPs that deliver the training and about just over 1,000 certificated professionals that we have as well. The courses that are covered, obviously indicated here. I won't read it off the slide, but essentially it just covers product safety culture. Then you've got environmental monitoring, and then root cause analysis, for example. So these offerings just aim to equip the professional with knowledge and skills in that area. And all of these courses are available and accessible on the BRCGS website. And yeah, purchase on the BRCGS store. Next slide. And then finally, we've got the BRCGS professional program. So all employees of BRCGS certificated sites can qualify for the BRCGS professional training. And it's designed to enhance expertise in food safety management. So what is it? So it's a globally recognized certification for product safety professionals at those sites, which gives a professional a badge and a certificate and is a long-term investment for that manufacturing site or company. It's categorized requirements courses are in 3 key areas. So as you can see here, so it's our standards, the hazard and risk management, and product safety management. So for our standards, professionals must complete at least one of those 3, at least one of those training courses. So that could be the lead auditor training, for example, and then they would have to complete the next section, so the hazard and risk management section. So it could be just one from there, so just the HACCP course, for example. And then lastly, the product safety management. So it's 3 of those. So it would cover, risk assessment, root cause, validation, verification, internal auditing, for example. So this structured approach just ensures comprehensive knowledge and skills that are maintained to high food safety standards across the food supply chain. So what are the benefits? It just builds technical credibility, a global recognition, enhances food safety culture and continuous improvement, and obviously access to content, networking, and awards that we present at our events, our Connect events. And who is it trusted by? So it's trusted by retailers. In the UK, it's trusted by Aldi and Waitrose, for example. It's supported by supplier development and brand trust. And it just enables tracking for those individuals as well. So we at BRCGS also promote the program across our client base. We can facilitate training, track completions, and also share success stories to drive the engagement as well. I think that's it.
Yeah, thanks, Katie. And just to add here, for Katie's, this wonderful detail that she shared, all these courses, at least the standards one, which is on BRCGS standard, and the product safety courses, they must be BRCGS courses, not unapproved courses. So these must be delivered by BRCGS approved trainers, such as Eddie here. And these must be BRCGS certificate. Any unapproved courses, they are not authorized and not permitted. So HACCP is the course which can be from anywhere. You just need to have a certificate of minimum 2 days training. But our standards and product safety management, these courses must be from BRCGS Academy or the ADB. So please do contact Eddie and Defree and team to learn more about these courses. So
Okay.
thanks, Eddie. Over to
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Virender and Katie, for explaining the BRCGS certification step, for certified company. Thanks for your explanation. And we are moving to the question and answer. Question and answer section. There are so many questions from the participant. For both of you guys. So for the first question, is it mandatory to test PFAS? Compound contained in this plastic according to the BRCGS ISO 7 standard, because in Indonesia there is no laboratory that can do it. There is one that can do it, that SGS Taiwan laboratory, and the price is very expensive because one of our customer asked to test PFAS in the plastic produced by our factory. What do you think, Virender or Katie?
This is a very technical question.
Technical question, yes.
Yeah. So testing of PFAS, if it's, Verinder, did you want to?
No, please.
Yeah. So testing of PFAS is, if it's a legal requirement in the country, then it would be according to the standard as well, because everything that's in the standard would obviously dictate that whether it is a legal issue or not. So it is dependent on the country. So I hope that helps answer the question a little bit. I don't know if you can expand on it, Verinder.
No, I think that's really covered by you. And you're the technical person, so.
Yes.
Okay, so the company must be assessed, manage risk, the chemical
it's literally
substance.
just dependent on whether it's a requirement. So if it's a requirement in that country, then yes, it would need to be tested.
Okay, I think it is great. Okay, and the second question is, what needs to be prepared for BRC certification for packaging company? Should halal requirement be considered?
This is a very individual sort of question, dependent on whether you want it or not. So halal certification is completely down to the company. If you feel like your customers want it, then that's your decision to then take it up. And then in terms of preparing for BRCGS certification for packaging, all of our information is on our website. I don't know if we want to present the website details, Verinder. Is that something common we do, or?
Yeah, we can share, in the interest of time, I think we'll let it finish, and then we can, if there is time available, 2 minutes,
we can have a little look at the end.
Show the website,
So essentially, we've got a web page dedicated for packaging, and we can show you all the details on there if we have time at the end.
Yeah, but so basically there are clauses, requirements. There are about 10 clauses that are there related to quality and product safety culture, HARA, quality management system, GMP, personnel. All these requirements are there. So a site must prepare against these requirements in terms of quality.
Exactly.
Okay, the first thing that the company must check the requirement for the BRCGS and the training, with the approved training partner for prepare the BRC certification. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay, and the third question. In the term of risk management, how does BRCGS help company avoid major losses from product recalls and protect their brand reputation? Yeah, Virendra or Katie Green?
Do you want to
Do you want me to
pick it up?
go?
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
if you want, please.
I can pick it up. So we have a very robust prescriptive standard. It goes through various different requirements in that standard, and essentially it helps the companies pull out all their risks essentially in their policies, procedures, forms, documentation essentially. And that in turn kind of helps you protect your products against those recalls. So it helps you put those robust systems in place to cover obviously product safety and risk management and obviously GMP and things like that. So that's kind of the reason for the standards, is just to help you protect your company from those recalls and to protect your brand. Okay.
Okay.
Virendra, anything to add?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, clear. Yeah, next question. How can I get free access to see performance, the similar business or audit result? We are eager to learn benchmarking for it.
So, yeah, I think it's about the Horizon tool. So if a site gets certified, they can access the Horizon tool. So on the Horizon tool, basic access, there are some, there are some slides or some tools where you can get all this access. Maybe you won't be able to get like a very specific company's data to compare your audit result or benchmark it, but you can get overall this thing. But just remember that this tool Horizon has levels of access. So one is basic, the other one is advanced. So advanced, there is an annual subscription if you want to access it, but basic is free for the certified side. So they can get some basic information from that. And through some of these webinars and sessions, we do share some common non-conformances across industry, what is happening in the industry and what is the average score that they get and where do you stand. Yeah. So I hope it helps answer the question.
Okay. Great. Yeah. Next question. Is it necessary to have a consultant during the certification process for my food and beverage manufacturing company? I mean, is it compulsory?
It's not
So-
compulsory. It's
Yeah.
completely up to the site whether they think they require it or not. So if they feel that they don't have the right technical expertise on site, then obviously they can get a consultant. But obviously, yeah, it's site specific, so it's up to the site whether they want to pay for that or not. If they feel they have the right people in place, then that's fine. They shouldn't need it. So I hope that answers that question.
Okay. Great. Okay, next. What is your opinion regarding issue CS137 is radioactive? Yeah. Will BRCGS make it an issue? And is there little for people who have passed BRCGS professional for the radioactive?
I'm not sure. Katie, do you know which issue CS1?
So we have had some sort of technical questions like this in the past for CS137. It's essentially something that can be detected in shrimp, I think, in Indonesia. We don't have any requirements on it at the moment. I'm not sure if that's coming. Essentially, it's all down to the processes and your risk assessments in place to see whether that is a risk to your business. I don't think there's anything coming with BRCGS, but I'm not sure 100%. I think it's something that we'd have to take back to the team to discuss internally.
Yeah, I think that'll be better. So, all these answers we're sharing as per our capacity being a commercial team. But if you want a written answer or a full-fledged 100% answer, please let us know, maybe defer to you. We can have a written confirmation or an answer from our technical team shared with the attendees. Yeah.
Okay.
So just in case if they need it. Yeah. And I think to the second
Well,
question,
there's another question, yeah.
There's
try
a
to for
title
people.
for people who have passed BRCGS professional.
Yeah, there is. It is BRCGS professional only. So there is a badge, just like your badge on the background image, BRCGS approved training partner. There is a BRCGS professional badge that can be used on your profile, on your CV, on your LinkedIn, everywhere. So, and the certificate is there as well, a digital certificate, which can be used to market your skills. So I hope that
It's
helps.
interesting, yeah. Okay, and last question. If our raw material is imported from other country that have not been certified to BRCGS, how do we do the supplier audit? Can we only auditing the distributor which based in the same country? And
is this something that...
Yeah. Okay. If our raw material is imported from other country that have not been certified to BRCGS, how do we do the supplier audit? Can we only auditing the distributor which based in the same country? What do you think? Maybe Katie or
Katie, maybe you want to answer, or should we ask Mercy?
In terms of raw materials, it depends. Like, it depends what your system entails. So, like your supplier approval process, how are you approving your suppliers? Are you going out to do an audit yourself, or are you using the BRCGS program? Are you getting BRCGS certified sites? Like, it is completely up to you what you want to use and what you choose to use. It's all down again to a risk assessment in terms of what you think your risks are and what that real raw materials is. It could be like determined as high, medium, low risk. So it's very specific to what product that is. Obviously, if you want to do an audit of your distributor, that's completely fine. And that's, it's your prerogative essentially. So I'm not sure if that helps answer the question.
Okay. So depends on the risk management, conducted by the organization.
I think so. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that's all question have been all answered by both of you. Yeah. So here the question and answer section. So come back to Diva. The microphone is still mute.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for Mr. Fernando, Mrs. Katie, and also Mr. Dave Free for this insightful presentation and discussion. But okay, before we go to next agenda, I think more participants have joined. So let's take another group photo, I think. So I kindly invite to all the participants to turn on your camera. Okay. I will wait until you guys open the camera. I think the love signs one pose, it will be great for this pose. It can be a love sign like this for this webinar. Okay. Okay, please prepare the best pose and I will count down on my 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3 for page 1, 1, 2, and 3 for page 2, and for page 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you. And the next agenda will be the conclusion for this webinar from Mr. Defrey. I think Mr. Defrey, you can share your conclusion.
Okay, thank you, Diva. Before we officially close this webinar, let's remember that implementing BRCGS is not just about compliance, but about building a culture of safety, quality, and trust in organization. Every step we're taking in the training, auditing, and improving processing bring us closer to the excellence. I encourage all of you take today's knowledge back to your teams, share it, and put out in action. That's how real improvement begins. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all participants that have been joining us for the webinar today. Yeah, Nadifa.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffrey, for your conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the end of today's webinar. On behalf of REI Sistem Indonesia Group, we would like to express your sincere appreciation to Mr. Virendel, also Mrs. Kathy, for sharing her valuable insight on BRCGS certification. Your expertise and time are truly appreciated, and we believe today's session has provided meaningful knowledge for all of us. And thank you for Mr. Jeffrey to leading the session, also for Mr. Eddie as a management of from REI Sistem Indonesia Group. Thank you as well for all the participants for your active engagement and positive energy throughout the event. And thank you for everyone for joining the webinar. Have a good day and goodbye.
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.